Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am back and I'm back better than ever. And today I'm going to be doing another story time video. So today's story is about the party line. Now, I'm from Chicago. I don't know, if you guys have ever heard of the party line, but basically it's like this number that you just call and you talk to strangers on the phone. Now, okay, my experience with the party line, this one time, it was hilarious. I was bored one day, so I just was like, man, I'm about to call the party line and just talk shit. Because that's what really people do. They just call and just talk shit. And, you call, you talk shit to people and y'all argue. And it's just dumb, but it's just fun when you're bored. So this was back in like the MySpace type. Well, I'm giving away my age, but whatever. This was when MySpace was popping. So I called a party line because I was bored one day and I just was like, now mind you, people be on there like looking for dates and all that type of stuff. So I'm listening to dudes' descriptions. So I'm listening and it's like you listen to a recording. If you like what you hear, you press whatever button and then it'll connect you and the person to like start talking live. So I'm listening to this one dude, he like describing himself, he was like, I'm 6 foot and 180 pounds, caramel complected, whatever, but basically, okay, he sounded like a decent looking guy. So I was like, okay, cool. I pressed the button to talk to him. We get to talking. Now, mind you, I just called here because I was bored. But we get to talking and we ended up talking for like 3 hours. And I was like, oh, he is so funny. I love, like how cool he is. I feel like I've known him for so long, this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. So I asked him, I was like, you got a MySpace page? And he was like, no, I don't have no MySpace page. And I was like, okay, cool, because I just wanted to see a picture of you. And he was like, well, I mean, you can always just link up with me and you can see me then. Okay. At the time, I was working at Best Buy. Now, like I said, we was talking on the phone for like 3 hours. And in the conversation, we both was saying how we both love Lil Wayne. And that's when the Carter 3 had dropped. So I had just got the CD. And he was like, yeah, I love Carter 3. And he was like, man, I haven't got my hands on it yet. And I was like, oh, okay. Now, when he said, okay, let's link up, I told him, I was like, oh, well, you said you wanted the Carter 3 or whatever. I could just pick that up from my job and then I'll link up with you when I get off work. And he was like, okay, that's cool. He lived on the south side. I'm from the west side. If you're not from Chicago, you don't know what I'm talking about, but it's a major fucking difference. So I go out south to meet up with him. Now I pull up to this raggedy ass building and I'm like, he live here? The motherfucker look abandoned. Like, I'm sitting up here like, this is a trap house. This ain't no motherfucker. It don't matter. So anyway, he comes. I call his phone and I was like, hey, I'm outside. Where are you? And he was like, I'm coming. I'm like, I see you in this car right there. And I was like, yeah, that's me. So he was like, I'm coming. Here I come. I thought a homeless man had opened my passenger door and tried to get in my car. I really did. He opened the door and he got in. Now, first off, he don't look shit like his description. He lied severely. Let's just put it like that. He lied. And secondly, he stank. Like, when he got in my car, you know how clothes smell when they be wet and then I guess you just put them in the closet or some shit. I don't know, but he smelled like mildew. And he was like, oh, hey, you, da 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 da. And I'm just like, I don't fucking know you, which I don't know you anyway. But I'm sitting up here like, who are you? And he was like, come on now, don't even play me like that. You know who I am. And I'm just like, oh, okay. So then he was like, oh, he looked down on my passenger side of the car floor and he was like, oh shit, the Carter 3, da da da. And he was like, you really brought it? And I was like, no, that's I'm an asshole for this, but I was like, no, that's not that's not the one that I bought for you. And he was like, what do you mean? I was like, no, that's my brother's. Like, I can't give you his. I'm gonna get yours, but I'm gonna get it when I go back to work, like not now. And he was like, okay. So because I'm thinking to myself, motherfucker, this is the first and last time you will ever fucking see me. So there's no fucking way I'm buying you any fucking thing. I ain't giving you shit. So he was like, okay, well, shit, let's go kick it. Let's go spin the block. Let's go spin the block. And I'm like, nah, cause I was like, no, my daddy just called me and I gotta go see what the fuck he want. He's like, why don't you just call him and see what it is? I was like, no, my daddy, he not a phone person. Like, he don't like phones and shit like that. So I was like, man, I meant to tell you on the way over here that I just was gonna pop up, show my face, and I gotta go. And he was like, oh, you trying to play me? I was like, fuck, I look like trying to play somebody. Like, boy, it ain't even that deep. Yo, I was a lying ass motherfucker. Back then, yes, I was a fucking liar. Yes, I was. Anyway, and I was like, no, I'm not lying. I'll be back over here tomorrow. And he was like, okay, bet, shit, can I at least get a hug? And I'm like, oh, no, you do not want to touch me. You cannot possibly want to touch me. And I was like, how am I gonna give you a hug and I'm sitting in the car? He like, you can get out of the car. I'm like, nah, I don't fuck around with the south side. I'm not getting out the car over here. And he was like, oh, you scary. I'm like, call me what you want, just don't call me collect. I don't give a fuck. At the end of the day, no, I'm not getting out of the car. And he was like, okay, well, I'm gonna get my hug later. I was like, yeah. And so then he was like, shit, just hit me up as soon as you get to where your daddy at or whatever. Let me know you cool. I'm like, okay, cool. He got out my car and I immediately blocked his fucking number. Like, I mean, I know this the party line and everything, but why you gotta lie though? Like, why you gotta, who does that? Like, I mean, I guess I could understand why he lied, but at the same token, it's like, I ain't had no business doing the shit anyway, so yeah. That could have went left real quick, but luckily it didn't. But anyway, I will catch y'all in my next video, which is probably gonna be another story time. Like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, bye guys.